Good afternoon. My name is Sherry Beyer, and I would like to welcome you to the 55th Annual Lewis County Dairy Princess Pageant. Perhaps some of you joining us today are a past princess, or you know one. Thank you for your continued support. The Dairy Princess program provides a way to get young women involved in the dairy community and also creates dairy advocates. Dairy Princesses represent dairy farmers and attend numerous events with the goal of connecting with consumers. Dairy farmers work every single day and for long hours, which doesn't leave them much time to promote their products. Our program's goal is to support the dairy industry and be a voice for our hardworking dairy farmers. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Lewis County Agricultural Society for the use of the Leroy Nichols building in order to hold this socially distanced and virtual pageant. Also, I'd like to thank media, Sydney from the Watertown Daily Times and Nick Altmeyer from Lincoln Lewis County for making this possible. Finally, I want to acknowledge the adult committee members that just dedicate their time to the Dairy Princess program. Without them, this program would not be possible for these young ladies. Okay, it's time for everyone to grab a tall glass of milk, gather around your screens at home, and settle in for our first ever virtual Dairy Princess pageant. I'm excited to introduce this year's contestants running for the title of Lewis County Dairy Princess. Hannah Raymond. Hannah Raymond is the 15-year-old daughter of Regan and Randy Halbert of Lowville. She attends Lowville Academy and Central School. Hannah is active in FFA, cheerleading, Spotlight School of Dance, Milk Duds 4-H Club, and Holstein Club. She has been on the court for 5 years as a dairy ambassador. When asked why she would like to become the next Lewis County Dairy Princess, she said because she wants to continue to promote the industry she loves and help teach the others the importance of dairy. Hannah's future plans are to become an ag teacher so she can continue to teach people all the aspects of agriculture. Next, I'd like to introduce Kayla Zaebal. Kayla is the 15-year-old daughter of Brad Zaebal and Sarah and Aaron Fuller of Carthage. Kayla attends Carthage Central School, where she is active in swim, softball, high honor roll, and boys swim team manager. She is being sponsored by Norbert Barney of Cedar Hedge Farm in Casterland. When asked why she would like to become the next Lewis County Dairy Princess, she said, because her mom and aunt have been dairy princesses and my sister is on the court. I also want to meet new people and get involved in the community. Kayla's future plans are to graduate high school and attend college. Now I'd like to invite Hannah to prepare to start her presentation.
Hello, my name is Hannah Raymond, and I'm part of the Lewis County Dairy Princess Court. I'm here today to tell you not only where your milk comes from, but why it is so good for you and why it's important to get 3 servings of dairy every day. In order to do this, I would like to introduce you to my friend Billy. As you can see, Billy is missing some things: his eyes, mouth, heart, stomach, and an arm. There's also so many other things that Billy would love to have. For Billy to get these things, he needs to drink milk or eat dairy products because they are packed with 9 essential vitamins and nutrients to refuel and replenish Billy's body. Let's start off with the 3 most important. That's vitamin D, calcium, and potassium. These 3 are important because these 3 are missing in most American diets, and milk is the #1 food source to get them. Vitamin D and calcium give Billy strong bones and teeth, so he can have muscles and a beautiful smile. Potassium will give Billy lots of energy to run around and play with his friends. Now I would like to talk about the other 6 essential vitamins and nutrients that Billy gets from his milk, like niacin. Just like potassium, niacin will give Billy lots of energy. Then there's vitamin A. Vitamin A will help Billy with his eyes and his eyesight. Up next is protein. Protein, just like vitamin D and calcium, will help Billy with his muscles, but on the inside. It'll help with the muscles in his heart, giving him a strong heart. Phosphorus. Billy is a little short right now, and he would like to grow. The phosphorus in the milk will help him. Then there's vitamin D. Vitamin D will help Billy build his red blood cells in order to fight off infection and illness. Lastly, there's riboflavin. Riboflavin helps you digest your food, so Billy can have a strong and healthy stomach. Now that Billy has all of the things he needs to be a strong and healthy boy, he can help out his family on the farm. That's right, Billy is a farmer. Let's go check out his farm. This is Billy's farm. On the farm, Billy has lots and lots of cows. But most importantly, he has 6 different types of breeds. These are the 6 main breeds of dairy cattle in the dairy industry. Let's check them out. First, there's Ashires. Ashires are rusty brown and white. Next, there's Guernseys. Guernseys are brown and white, and their milk is kind of cool because it has a golden color to it. Then there's Brown Swiss. Brown Swiss are a gray color and tend to be muscular because they used to be used as work cows. Then Holsteins. Holsteins are black and white, but also can be red and white. They're the most popular breed and give lots of milk. Jerseys. Jerseys are brown and white and are the smallest breed. Finally, Billy has Milking Shorthorns. Milking Shorthorns are a rusty brown color. Billy has to feed his cows lots of food. 40 pounds, actually. That's right, cows can eat up to 40 pounds of feed every day. That's equal to 500 cheeseburgers. Let's open up where Billy keeps his food. On a farm, this would be called a silo. Unless it's hay, then it's kept in a haymow. Billy feeds his cows grain, TMR, which stands for Total Mixed Ration, and hay. Cows need a very special diet to live a happy, healthy life. So Billy has to pick the right foods. He gets help from a nutritionist who comes to the farm and picks out the right foods for Billy to feed his cows. He also has to give his cows lots and lots of water. 30 to 50 gallons of water. That's an entire bathtub full. Billy will milk his cows once or twice a day, 2 or 3 times a day. He starts off by putting the cows in the parlor. Billy uses a parlor, but some farmers will bring the machine from cow to cow in a tie stall. Billy attaches the milking machine to the cow in order to squeeze the teats and allow the milk to flow out. A cow can produce 70 pounds or 8 gallons of milk every day. After it goes through the milk machine, it goes through a series of pipes and gets it to the bulk tank. The bulk tank is where the milk is stored until the milkman can come and pick it up the next morning. The bulk tank is cooled to 45 degrees Fahrenheit to keep the milk at the right temperature. But that's not all Billy does on the farm. Another big part of Billy's job is keeping the cows happy and healthy. He does this by cleaning the stalls. He'll scrape out all of the old bedding and put down new bedding. Billy will use sawdust, but other farmers use things like sand, old newspaper, hay, mats, and even water beds. Another thing that Billy has to do is call the vet. The vet will do periodic checkups, give vaccinations, and be there to help the cow when they're sick. Finally, Billy will give the cow a foot bath. Cows spend a lot of time on their feet, grazing, being milked, and socializing with other cows, so their feet can get sore. Billy will give them a foot bath to make their feet strong and healthy. After the milk leaves Billy's farm, it doesn't go straight to the store. In fact, it has to go through a series of processes that'll take 2 to 3 days before it can get to the store. First, the milkman picks it up. The milkman will pick it up and take a small sample, which he'll send into a lab. If the milk has been deemed good to drink, which most of it is, it'll get sent off to the factory. At the factory, it is pasteurized and homogenized. These are 2 very big words, but very important when it comes to the process of making milk. Pasteurization has been around for nearly 100 years, and it is known around the world as a way to make sure your milk is safe. It is when the milk is heated up to 112 degrees Fahrenheit. Homogenization. Homogenization is when the milk is put into a big vat and stirred up to break up all of the fat particles. But that's not all they do at the factory. They also package it. and stamp it with a real seal. The real seal proves that the dairy product that you are eating or drinking is made with real dairy and not a fake substitute. After the factory, it goes to the store. At the store, it is placed on the shelf with all of your other favorite dairy foods, like cheese, ice cream, and yogurt. Then it's ready for you to pick up. You take it home and put it in your fridge. Right now, I would like you to think about your favorite dairy products. Mine is cheese and ice cream. Dairy is the milk in your hot chocolate, the cheese in your family's secret recipe casserole. It is there to help you savor all of the precious moments in life. So now that you know where your milk comes from, why it is so good for you, and why it's important to get 3 servings of dairy every day, I hope that you go home and ensure that there is plenty of dairy in your diet. Thank you for listening. Have a dairy good day. Are there any questions?
Great job, Hannah. I next would like to invite Kayla to prepare to present her presentation.
Hi, I'm Kayla Zaebal, and today I'm going to read you a story about the life of a cow. Once upon a time, there was a Holstein calf born. Her name was Juju. Juju is a Holstein, but there are 6 total breeds of dairy cows, which include Holstein, Jersey, Guernsey, Ayrshire, Brown Swiss, and Milking Shorthorn. After Juju was born, we fed her milk for about 8 weeks, twice every day. These are the bottles that are used to feed the calves. Each calf drinks about a bottle every morning and every night. So as she got older, her diet contained grain, silage, and hay, and lots of water. And boy, did she grow over the next year and a half. Around the age of 2, Juju had a calf of her own. A cow has to have a calf before they are able to produce milk. Now that she is producing milk, she is milked twice a day. So now that she is making milk, corn is added to her diet along with the silage and the grain. Juju also needs lots of water to keep producing milk, about 25 to 30 gallons every day. During the warm summer months, she loves to spend her time outside grazing in the meadows. So, you're probably wondering how the milk gets from Juju and all the other cows to the stores. Well, depending on the farm, farmers use machines to draw the milk from the cow's udders, and in some farms they use parlors, and in other farms they use milk machines, which bring the milk, or the milk machines, to the cows. These are the machines that are used to milk the cows. So each of these is attached to one of the cow's udders, and a tube is attached here to bring the milk to the bulk tank. So when the milk reaches the bulk tank, it is stored at about 40 degrees Fahrenheit until the milk truck comes. So a fun fact, an average cow produces about 8 gallons of milk a day, which is equal to 70 pounds. The milk truck comes to the farm to pick up the milk when the bulk tank is full. The truck stops at many farms throughout the day to bring the milk to the processing plants. At these processing plants, the milk goes through 2 very important processes called pasteurization and homogenization. So pasteurization, during this process, the milk is heated up to 212 degrees to kill off unwanted germs and extend the milk's shelf life. Homogenization, in this process, the fat droplets from the milk are separated so that the cream in the milk won't separate. After the milk leaves the processing plants, it is sent to a variety of places to make different products such as cheese, ice cream, yogurt, milk, butter. So when you're at the store buying dairy products, it is important to look for the real seal to make sure that you're getting real dairy products. As you can see on all of these products over here, there's the real seal. So you can find it here on this one, over here on this one, and all of them have their own real seal. Milk is very important to get in your diet because it contains the 9 essential nutrients. These nutrients are protein, calcium, vitamin D, vitamin A, phosphorus, niacin, potassium, and vitamin B12. Protein helps you build and maintain lean muscles, while calcium helps your bones and your teeth stay strong. Vitamin D helps your body absorb the calcium. Vitamin A supports your vision, immune system, and helps your skin stay healthy. Phosphorus works with vitamin D and calcium to keep your bones strong. Riboflavin converts food into energy and is important in the development of your central nervous system, which controls your reflexes. Potassium regulates the balance of fluid in your body. Vitamin B12 helps build red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your cells. Each of these nutrients play very important roles in our bodies and are very hard to find in foods other than dairy products. So you're probably wondering how much dairy you should get into your diet every day. This is where the 3 everyday rule comes in. Every day you should try to get in at least 3 servings of dairy. 1 serving is equal to 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of yogurt, 2 cups of cottage cheese, a 1/3 cup of shredded cheese, and 1.5 cups of ice cream. So going back to Juju, she will spend about 10 years on the farm, and she will have about 4 to 6 calves of her own during that time. The end. Thank you. Any questions?
Great job, Kayla, and great job both ladies. I'd like to take this time to invite people to check out the Facebook page, our Lewis County Dairy Princess Facebook page, to meet the other members of our court. We also have ambassadors and junior ambassadors that were unable to be with us today. So next is likely the most nerve-wracking part of today's program, the final question. Each of the contestants will be asked the same impromptu question. So we'll invite Hannah to go first. So Kayla will go to a soundproof location while I ask her the final question. Or I'll start with Hannah, the final question. While I'm waiting for her to go, I'm just going to share a real quick joke, because that's one of my jobs, is to make this fun. What is the loneliest cheese? Provolone. Do you think she's securely away? Okay. I'll read the question twice, and then I'll invite you to answer your response. With current social distancing guidelines, how will you use social media to educate the consumers about the benefits of dairy products? Again, with current social distancing guidelines, how will you use social media to educate the consumers about the benefits of dairy products?
That's a great question. Because of current events, it's going to be very hard this year to inform people about the importance of dairy in their diet. But I feel that if we use social media platforms like Facebook and Snapchat by making videos or even writing a small article to grab people's attention, then they will have more access to the knowledge. They will have better access to the knowledge. I also plan on using the radio, because everybody drives in their car from place to place with the radio on, and using the radio would be a great way to grab people's attention and show them just how important dairy is in their diet. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. As they're going to retrieve Kayla from her soundproof location, I'd like to take this time to introduce our judges for today. First, Jasmine Kaufman. She's a loan officer at Carthage Saving and Loan. She's been in banking involved in Lewis County community for the past 10 years. Her husband is a teacher at Loudville and coach at Loudville Academy, and she also has a son that goes to school there as well. In her spare time, she enjoys taking care of her family, her animals, and being creative and active in the community. In the past and current work that she's done with community history, growing up she was a leader in the cheerleading and color guard. She was homecoming and prom queen for her high school in Sandy Creek, New York. She went to Jefferson Community College and graduated with an associate's degree. She coached cheerleading and color guard for many years until she became a full-time worker in the banking industry 10 years ago. She's been an associate director for the Lewis County Fair for several years and on the Lewis County Chamber Board for about a year and a half. She's a 2019 graduate from the Lewis County Leadership Academy, and she feels that her family has a wonderful relationship with both Carthage and Laval community, and she's eager to continue on with that relationship. Welcome, Jasmine. Tina Thomas. Tina grew up in Potsdam, New York. She spent time on her grandparents' farm in Chase Mills. She attended Potsdam State College, studying economics and business economics. She now lives in Laval with her husband Ron and her 4 children. Tina started working at Farm Credit after graduating from college. She has worked there for 25 years. She was hired as a loan officer at Farm Credit and worked in that job for 2 years. When she started her family, she changed her career path and started working in the financial services department at Farm Credit as well. She has prepared income taxes for farm customers for over 20 years. She works with agriculture customers and related businesses to set up record-keeping systems and works with customers to keep current and compliant with payroll requirements. She was a Cub Scout leader for 10 years, volunteers as the treasurer for Laval Youth Baseball, and serves as the treasurer for her church. Welcome, Tina. And last but not least, Nicole Ingram. Nicole grew up on a small heifer raising facility in western New York. She showed in the Erie County 4-H program for both dairy cattle and market swine. Nicole attended Morrisville State College, completing both an associate's degree in dairy science and a bachelor's degree in agriculture business. During her time at Morrisville, she also completed an internship with ABS Global and Farm Credit East. After graduation, Nicole started with Crop Growers LP, working in a consultative role to help manage risk for producers of northern New York. Nicole was the 2013-14 Erie County Dairy Princess and is currently the secretary for the Jefferson County Dairy Princess program. She has helped to educate the public on the health benefits of dairy products and the great pride our farmers take in both caring for animals and the environment. Welcome, Nicole. Great. And Kayla, I'll have you come on up. I have the final question. I hid the final question. I will read the question twice. I'll have you back up just a little bit. And then I'll have you answer it. With current social distancing guidelines, how will you use social media to educate the consumers about the benefits of dairy products? Again, with current social distancing guidelines, how will you use social media to educate the consumers about the benefits of dairy products?
That is a good question. I think it's going to be very important to create more social medias than just Facebook, and like reach out to maybe Instagram or other outlets to educate more people, because right now we're kind of limited to only people that have Facebook, so I think it'll be good to get it more out there, maybe create some challenges to get people more involved in the community. That's about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, girls. Okay. So finally, I'd like to turn our attention to Kelsey Beyer, the reigning Lewis County Dairy Princess, who will present her farewell speech.
Good afternoon. A man once said, "As one door closes, another opens." A year ago, when I was crowned as the Lewis County Dairy Princess, a door was being opened. I did not see this as an opportunity to be a princess, but as potential to impact the lives of many. This past year, I have had the opportunity to represent the hardworking dairy farmers of Lewis County and share their stories. There have been many challenges I have faced throughout this past year, but they have only helped shape me as a person. I would like to personally extend my greatest thanks to a few people for helping make this year a success. The Dairy Princess program wouldn't be able to do so many promotional events without the generous donations from Gary and Elaine Rozakowski and the Dairy Industry Building. Thank you for supporting our program and the dairy industry. To the Lewis County Dairy Princess Committee, thank you for all the continued support and hard work to make all of our events successful. To Aubrey, Brooke, and the rest of my court, thank you for giving up your time to promote the industry we all love. If it wasn't for you, we would have never been able to accomplish as much as we did. I am grateful that I have had the opportunity to meet and build friendships with all of you. To my family and support system, Aunt Dawn, thank you for driving me to Syracuse to participate in seminar, Dairy Day at the State Fair, and State Pageant. Your love and support never goes unnoticed. Dad, you certainly did not enjoy this year, but you continue to support me and my love for the dairy industry, and I appreciate you for doing that. Thank you for driving me around to all my events and meetings as I drove you crazy. To Jason, you may never be around because for some reason our schedules never line up, but thank you for still supporting me from a distance and encouraging me to do my best at everything. And finally, to my mom, although you may no longer be with us, I am who I am because of you. I only got to experience your presence for a few short years, but during that time, you taught me hard work, honesty, and so much more. All of these skills were used in this past year, and I hope to be just like you one day. Finally, thank you to all the hardworking dairy farmers of Lewis County, but in particular to my Aunt Amy and Uncle Ernie. Thank you for sponsoring me and giving me this great opportunity to represent hardworking dairy farmers like you. It has been an honor to advocate for all the kind-hearted dairy farmers that work so rigorously to produce a safe and wholesome and nutritious product. My court and I wouldn't have this opportunity to promote this industry if it wasn't for you all. Thank you again to everyone, especially our dairy farmers. As one door is closing, another will soon open. As the next Lewis County Dairy Princess is crowned this afternoon, a new door will open for her and her court. This coming year will definitely be a challenge, but if you work together, you can overcome anything. I hope you embrace this great opportunity and always remember who you are representing. For the last time, my name is Kelsey Bayer, and I wish you farewell as the 2019-2020 Lewis County Dairy Princess. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kelsey. So we're waiting for the judges to compile their results. I do have more jokes, though. What would I be without my jokes as the MC today? So, a guy calls his wife as he's leaving work and asks if she needs anything. She tells him, stop by the grocery store to pick up a gallon of milk, and if they have bananas, pick up half a dozen. When the guy gets home, his wife flips out as he sets down 6 gallons of milk on the counter. What's all this about? She yells. His response, they had bananas. I know, lots of groans if everybody's at home listening. What has one horn and gives milk? A milk truck. Feel free to laugh around the limited people that are here. When should you keep an eye on your cheese? When it's up to no Gouda. I'll laugh at myself. I make yogurt in my spare time. You could say I'm a woman of culture. What is cream cheese's favorite part of a wedding? The toast. I think I can stop. Okay, I have results. And before I disclose the outcome for today, I'd like to share that the winner will also receive a $600 scholarship from the Dairy Industry Building. Like Kelsey mentioned, they are a wonderful support of our endeavors, and that is an additional prize that the winner will get. So, without further ado, I'd like to announce the first alternate. So, for the first alternate for the 2020-21 Dairy Princess Court will be Kayla Zaebal. Congratulations, Kayla. And now our 2020-2021 Lewis County Dairy Princess, Hannah Raymond.
I feel like we need music.
A final thank you to everyone joining us live today, and congratulations, ladies, and I really look forward to working with both of you this year, and thank you again for everyone that's helped out for today. Have a great day.
Awesome job.
Are we on? Oh.